Hello guys, we said we weren't gonna do it, but we did it again. We are gonna cast the second semifinal here in the SCPH Quarantine Tournament, and joining me on the co-casting side is someone with a proper mic, someone who's been working so hard to make this tournament a reality, and since there's only one match to attend to, he takes a little break, and by that, I yoink him to the casting table. It's Mr. DLSMIZEL himself, casting with me into this other PvP.
Hey guys, thanks for having me again.
Yes, sir. No, what do you mean? Thank you for setting everything up. You have been such a big boon to the StarCraft 2 scene, and honestly, such a big help in many, many aspects. But before we get into our first semifinal, quickly, let's just give a little bit of a shout out to AKG Games. We gotta check them out on Facebook and Instagram at akggames.ph, your regional distributor of all things Blizzard Entertainment, including Hearthstone, StarCraft 2, Overwatch, and the like. And community sponsors are basically your casters right now. We got Mizzle and we got me. We are gonna be looking to bring you the action in just a bit. So, Mr. Mizzle, now I do want to discuss real quick that we got PvP semifinals again. We have a top 4 of Protoss players again in the quarantine tournament. Why do you think it's that so?
Well, I don't think I agree with Extinct that Protoss is OP
OP?
right
No,
now.
never. I don't do. I don't either.
I don't think so. It's just that some people are just disgusting. Joke lang. I mean,
Oh, already the bias. Umpisa pa lang. There's already the bias. Why you
yeah,
gotta be
Hello
like
guys, can
this?
you hear me guys? No
We're,
one.
we're casting already, Mr. Extinct. So I was think we're casting already. We can hear you. We'll fix that one up on your side in just a bit. But yeah, as we said, Protoss is I think is a pretty easy race to pick up, and honestly, its ability usage as well as just getting a big massive army and really going for a pretty big all move attack. What do you say? So, what do you say, Mr. Mizzle? What do you think about that statement?
well, I tried. Actually, I'm a Terran player, right? So I tried playing other races. So I started with Zerg and tried playing Protoss, and I think it's not that easy to play Protoss because I don't find the timings correctly since I started as Terran player.
Ooh,
That's
that's
just
pretty
my
interesting. That's
opinion.
actually a pretty interesting take on it. Honestly, I feel like I don't like playing Terran, but as a Protoss main. But hey, it's different strokes for different folks. And we got Floki versus Yozora into this one. An interesting fact right now is both players are only in platinum actually instead of our usual diamond, and well, pretty interesting stuff coming into this matchup. Who do you think has the edge into this one as our players are getting ready to go?
Well, I haven't seen Yozora play yet, so I think Floki has an edge here right now.
Might be after we saw just how Sal himself playing that one out. But hey, we can get into the game in just a bit. But before we do that, let's introduce our map pool into this one. We got Everdream, we got Simulacrum, as well as Eternal Empire for this set. Pretty interesting. We are gonna see Everdream. It is a pretty easy base to defend onto the natural. Simulacrum though, proxy is key. And Eternal Empire, you can pretty much do the same. So in PvP, a lot of potential antics coming our way with this map pool.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, it's time, Mizzle. You can start the countdown and move on in to our first game. It's Floki versus Yozora, bringing us the action yet again. PvP is the way to go. And are you sick and tired of the top 4 PvP or what? What do you think? Like, what do you feel about all that?
Well, I still love Protoss, especially for players like Bayag. Shout out to Bayagster, no? I really like his Protoss gaming. And of course, our new player for Quarantine Tournament, Shadow. He did really a good job in the previous match.
Dude, Shadow is just like, hi, let's win, and I'm gonna use the cameras to do so. But hey, it's time to get in the action, it's time to get into the match. Let's get into Everdream LE. Here we go, Mizzle. It's time to get into the action. And hey, seems like we got some familiar names actually, like the old guns all the way in the chat, looking to explain a few things here and there to the community. Seems like familiar faces are in order, Mr. Mizzle, and I can't wait to see what these two players are going to be bringing to the table. First things first though, on the top right of Everdream LE it is your red Protoss, Floki. And his opponent on the bottom left instead. On the pink side, gonna be looking pretty chill with green as well. It's our pink Protoss, yozora. Say plat versus plat, but I really feel like these two players have a lot of hidden talent within them. I really feel like they are not really represented well by their skill level right now. And honestly, this might be the better matchup of the two compared to the other side of the bracket. What do you think here, Mr. DLSMIZEL?
Yeah, so I see Floki doing gas first, two gases first before doing cybernetic spore.
So you can go for that 2 gas just to be sure that you are gonna have enough for any kind of need that you have. So you can go for a pretty early sentry, you can go for the adepts, you can go for the stalker, and you're good to go to get that warp gate research on. You know, double assimilator, pretty important parts of the Protoss arsenal in this regard. And you do want to have those ranged units. Now usually you don't want to be building out slow zealots against a fellow Protoss, because if they have any kind of range, they're just gonna be like, haha, I'm gonna run away from you, and you can't really do anything behind that. But hey, it is a standard game so far. 2 gate, 1 core here for Floki. yozora gonna be doing the same, no proxy whatsoever from both sides. And hey, it feels like it's a completely different flavor. A while ago we got the Rocky Road. This is more like the vanilla side of things.
Agree with that. So the composition for our 2 players is Floki going for stalkers and sentry, and there you go. I don't know why. Okay, so Floki has been doing some harass here, a sleight of harass, by blocking the way of yozora.
Everything, yes, exactly. So if you're gonna be playing PvP and just want to be a kind of an ass about it, the pylon is the perfect spot to really seal the hole. And that does slow things down just a little bit. It's a pretty good investment, of course. 25 minerals just to bother your opponents. I will take that and more, but hey, Stargate right now timed out by Floki, so it seems like it might be Oracles into play yet again. yozora though looking around just to make sure there's no proxy, and funnily enough, Floki doing the same. Both sides looking to play it standard and are really afraid of any kind of proxy play. Pretty interesting that they have the same kind of line of thinking, even though one or the other. It's all about the defense here and now. Hang around with the Phoenix. Hallucination. Getting the information that is absolutely necessary. And honestly, for Floki, this is some really good intel, so he does know that he might be able to get the Oracle on out without having to build the Phoenix at any point. Warp Gate though will go online here for yozora. And what do you think the plan here is for the pink Protoss, as he is going to be looking to get that second Nexus, as Floki is doing the same?
In the meantime, I think our Protoss is doing some scout, but then again,
Yeah, just wants to send out the Oracle. You know, Mr. Mills, if you say the Protoss, they're 2 Protoss, so I can't really tell which was. You can't tell me that's like, oh, this Protoss. It's like, which Protoss? They're Protoss. There's one Cell Naga. You guys remember the article where why am I hearing myself? Why am I echoing? Hello guys, come on. But you know, you remember the article where the SEA Games preview that StarCraft has 4 races? You got your Terran, you got your Zerg, you got your Protoss, you got your Selnaga. I can't wait to play Selnaga, guys. You know, when, as Floki will lose an Oracle for free. yozora pushing on forward with all these stalkers. And honestly, yozora, a pretty old veteran, as said by the chat, 2013, 2018, one of the better Protosses in the scene. Even reaching the Masters at one point, CLZ as they called Carlos, if I remember correctly. But Floki right now gonna be holding the line. Shield batteries are a go. Very defensive stratosphere here for the red Protoss.
well, our red Protoss, as you can see, has shield batteries. I think he's more into defensive style right now.
Yeah, it really, it really is Floki trying to play the defense. It is within his style, it is within his play, and that's something he likes to go into in the first. He's really making sure that he's gonna be able to get the collision. Look at that, he's just really pesky with even the probe, so he's trying to block out anything that comes on out in the first place, or maybe trying to come on in. And in the meantime, it's a little bit of harassment here, and now from Floki, the Oracle gonna be setting up the status ward as well. That is just gonna be a lot of economy being slowed down, and immediately you can see the effects. It's 200 minerals going in favor of Floki every single cycle. There's pretty good stuff there for our red Protoss. Not even to get the kills, you know, just a little bit of stun action is enough to stem the tide.
That is a good move by our red Protoss. But as you can see right now, yozora has more army compared to Floki.
That's true. Like, the army composition is just heavily invested on Stalkers right now, as yozora has 9 of them. And here comes the Pink Protoss trying to get the push, but the Revelation spotting things out. And a good chase here from Floki. Getting those stragglers will take care of 2. In the meantime, yozora double pumping out those forges. And it seems like upgrades are in order for the bottom left side.
Meanwhile, while our Pink Protoss, he's now expanding his third.
True. We got yozora moving over here to the west and looking to just get the economy. Now, usually in the PvP, once you're not afraid of getting your second base, you're pretty safe to go for other bases, as it does turn into a macro base game if the aggression isn't done at the early part. So it seems like things have ground to a halt basically in the quarantine tournaments, and it's PvP gonna be more on the slower end instead. It really is gonna be all about big army brawls in the first place, as Charge now looking to go online for Floki. Seems like though the Oracle will get spotted Revelation right now to get the information yet again. And it seems like Floki really on point with the Oracle Micro. Just basically, if he doesn't just die because of the rally point, he's able to get some few abilities with some good credence. Stalker is gonna get spotted here in the middle. Doesn't want to give information. Big army here for Floki though. Trying to get the push on out.
yozora getting the +1/+1. That will give him an edge here.
Yeah, but you know that edge will only work if the knife is ready to go. And it seems like yozora is not ready yet. 29 army to 50. Floki wants to come on out. Has a war person for the cycles. In the meantime, the Oracle will go down. But hey, might not matter in the scheme of things, because yozora is a little too busy looking for the tech. He wants to go for the Immortal. We do see a cycle though of Zealots to try and defend, but the big difference here is it's still gonna be Floki in position. Both sides do have charge lots, so they will able to get the push. The third base will go down in just one fell swoop. And speaking of a swoop, here comes more of the Zealots. We'll see if Floki can really go for the punish into this one.
Looks like Floki is trying to finish this game. Big clash right now. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, force fields are in position, and more Zealots into this one. It's really an Aeon strife between our warriors, but Floki has the bigger army, and all he needs to do is get on through these force fields and make it out. Immortals right now drop into the fray. The Zealots really brawling for their lives, and even though yozora is able to get the +1, it's just a little too late in this regard. GG is gold. What a timing there from Floki, getting that one right before the upgrades do go online. Takes the advantage, takes a push, and we'll take the first win of the series. Some good stuff there, Mr. Mizzle, but what do you think was really the tipping point there for Floki to take that victory?
I think his timing of attack. When I said that yozora has been upgrading +1/+1, that means he couldn't add more to his army. So that was a good timing for Floki to attack.
That's true. And really, the investment, double forges and then double upgrades, that really is a pretty big deal. And in the end, you know, Floki's just like, hey, I'm gonna get the push. I had the advantage, and he was really able to punish his opponent accordingly. So well played there to Floki. We'll take map number 1 as we move on into Simulacrum next. I think this is also one of the first times we're actually gonna be seeing Simulacrum. So expect the unexpected and expect to be wary, honestly, on a map like this. You gotta be very careful. And Mr. Mizzle, you know, Simulacrum, what is usually the most common proxy from a Protoss on this map?
Well, I hope there's another cannon rush to happen after this.
Why? Why are you asking for a cannon rush? Are we gonna get a cannon rush versus cannon rush finals? Is that what's gonna happen here?
kidding aside, there's this spot in Simulacrum where you can do proxy Stargate. It's near. It's like perpendicular to the mineral line.
That's true. That's true. It really is just basically there's one on the side and then there's one on the other angle, so we can explain that in the map in just a bit, but basically there's every quadrant, north, south, east, and west, there's a spot where you can hide something, and well, it really is a pretty cheeky maneuver. But it's time to get into Simulacrum, man. We are really just going through these games, and it seems like the players can't wait, we can't wait, our gamers can't wait, our viewers can't wait, and I can't wait to get into this map. Who will be able to take it though? Can Floki seal the deal here and go on a date with Shadow in the Grand Finals, or will Yozora be able to come on back and try to bring it all together to 1:1? Gonna be very, very interesting to see all these PvPs looking to unfold in front of us. But hey, this is gonna be the upcoming show, and let's get it on, let's get it done. Simulacrum gonna be our battleground. And Mizzle, are you ready for another semifinal match?
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on, let's get it done, and let's get into this one. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Quarantine number 3 tournament. Big shoutouts again to our sponsor, AKG Games PH. Check them out at Instagram and Facebook. Just use the command sponsor down below to get those links. But here and now, it's time to introduce our players one more time. On the top left, it's a red Protoss, Floki. His opponents. On the bottom right, it's a pink Protoss that is Yozora. Here we go, Mizzle. Another game, another match, another round, another showdown. And is this finally time for the thing you have been looking for?
Yeah, this is it, man. I hope so.
Casual Scout, look at something. Queued up, and hey, Floki's like, hello, sir. Do you see this building, sir? I'm gonna try to hide myself, but oh no! There's a little bit of an opening there. 2 pilots now will go on up, and Yozora might be able to find something else on the other side. Floki, though, gonna be setting that thing on the low ground. 1 pilot does come online. Yozora right now going for the pull. And well, it seems like Yozora did play it safe. He only went for 1 gateway, but he's not going to be able to get that Cyberknife score in time, that's for sure. He's going to go with the Chrono Boost on to the Zealot instead. One of his probes chilling in the Floki base. But it's a big pull, honestly. Photon Cannon now being harassed. Can Floki survive with the cannon intact? Doesn't get the cancel though. That's a big waste of minerals. But at the same time, it's just absolute chaos on all fronts. And seems like 2 probes have already fallen on the red side for some reason. It really is just going to be harassment all about. A lot of chaos on all sides. And what happened there? What happened there? Floki loses all the probes that he needed to actually go for the cannon rush. Those pilots don't do anything whatsoever. What a way. What a time to actually go for the cannon rush. And hey, Floki's still playing. Okay, we're not done yet. I thought he was gonna call GG there, but okay. Interesting.
Yeah, well, knowing this guy Floki, I've played with him ever since. He's actually the one mentoring me against Protoss players. So he's not really that into cannon rush and stuff. So it's really funny when I saw 2 probes and then 1 forge coming right up. Because this is really not his playstyle.
I'm just scratching my head here, Miz, honestly. I'm just like, what did I just witness? So we saw an amazing cannon rush in the other semifinals, and we saw, honestly, a pretty shit show one. That was pretty bad. Because if you're a macro-based Protoss, and you don't really do antics like this, then don't be someone you're not. And Floki is not like that. It's gonna be interesting. If Floki is the one who moves to the Grand Finals, it's gonna be a big duality. And honestly, if anyone can shut down Shadow in the macro game, it might be Floki. But hey, we might be jumping the gun here, as Yozora is in a really good spot. He is ahead pretty heavily after all of that. Gonna go for the 2 base. He knows his opponent is down way behind on tech, so he can safely get a natural on the board. Still, interesting enough, yeah, we are still playing things out. Here comes Yozora trying to siege on in, but there's 1 cannon there from Floki, looking to slow things down to a little bit of a crawl.
In the meantime, in the south part of the map, Floki is trying to put up his robotic. So I think this is not really a smart move for Floki since he lost a lot of minerals back there.
Might as well go full retard by this point, honestly. You already messed up, and you're playing the game a little past its expiration date. So if your first antic doesn't work, then might as well try your second. But yozora, does he actually get the
Nice
scout?
one.
What a ridiculous notion! What a ridiculous spot to go on. And the zealots sees exactly what's going on. Come on. It's just not happening, Floki. It's just not happening. Your proxy gets spotted. Your cannon rush gets stopped. And all it took is one zealot. One zealot to just basically tell everyone else, hey, he's here. Hey, he's here. And honestly, yozora should really have this in the back by this point, man.
You know how ants work, right? When
Yes.
they
Go, go, go. I
yeah,
love it.
when they
Explain.
found some good tasty snack, like what Panda user said a while ago.
Oh my
So
god.
since Pluto's Zealot found this what to explain? What do you think? Is Yozora gonna stop it already, or he will just let it pass?
Okay, now, Yozora's trying to figure out how to actually get into this, but I think the best thing you can really do is shut down this pylon, and that should be the show. Honestly, in the meantime, though, drop here for Floki. Two immortals on the inside, and the unfortunate thing though for Floki is he only has one gate in behind, so he won't really have many reinforcements. On the other side of the coin, Yozora is ready to go with 3 gates and 1 robo, but it's Floki looking to be a little bit of distraction. It's time right now to go for the drop with the immortals as the pylon should go down very, very soon. Floki though bringing in the brawl. Wants to go for the stalk first, and that will go down. It's interesting. Floki and Yozora trying to play Warp Prison Micro versus Warp Prison Micro, but nothing is shooting on the side of Yozora. Something needs to be there. Artosis pylon gonna go down. That's absolutely huge in favor of Floki, honestly. And even though Floki is now supplier blocked and he doesn't have the advantage whatsoever, he's playing that Warp Prison Micro to a good degree, playing with fire right now, honestly surviving at the skin of his teeth. And they'll still slow down Yozora pretty heavily, honestly. Oh, the Artosis pylon. Yeah, man. One good micro, as you say. Warp Prison right now into the natural, looking to find a few opportunities here and there. It's time for the drop down, and goodbye to those poor probes. Floki though, is he actually gonna go for Warp Cycle? No, never mind. Time to get on away. Really pesky. At the same time, Floki is just so defended on that primary base, and Yozora is just like, what do I even do to chase you? How do I stop you by this point? And it seems like the answer just isn't there, because Floki is abusing this Warp Prison Micro to such a good degree.
Meantime, Floki is adding 3 more Stargate. What do you call that again?
Gateways.
Gateways. I'm sorry about that.
Warp gates if you need to call it the other thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
no.
at Twilight Council, so it's a good timing since he's putting on pressure on his
he's-
opponent.
He's not putting
Maybe
pressure.
it's time to upgrade as well.
He's not putting pressure. He has taken the lead. That wasn't just pressure. That was absolute dominance. It's like when someone steps on you and you like it. That's pretty much it. That sounds cakey, but honestly, Floki is just making me a believer by this point. He fails the cannon rush and comes out ahead. This guy is absolutely ridiculous right now, honestly, and he is looking so good on the macro department. More and more gateways will really make this Warp Prism drop so potent into the future. And with micro like that, well, he's gonna be really effective to say the least. But now Floki does want to send one probe out to repower these row facilities or try to go for the expansion. But honestly, with how the things are going, if Floki goes for another strike like that, he might be able to really shut down the economy on Yozora's side.
Yep. Meanwhile, Floki isn't building another Nexus, so this will backfire him in a bit.
Yeah, so no Nexus whatsoever, as you said. And it's Yozora onto base still. Gonna be potential big army. Yozora is looking for scouts, trying to see if the natural is up and running. But in the meantime, Chargelings. Gonna be Chargelings, Chargelots. Gonna be the thing next on the list. Dude, sounds like Chargelings. What's a Chargeling? Do Zergs so charge always? They do already, right? They charge at you basically. But
Well, it's
no.
the 4th rail.
That's true. That's 4th race. Selnaga. Can't wait. Chargeling with gun. And think
Yeah.
about it. It's a Zealot, no, it's a Zergling with Zealot speed. Like they get the boost and a gun on top of them that they shoot at the air. But hey, speaking of the antis, it's gonna be these Zealots trying to get into the forefront. Unfortunately though for Floki, it seems like he just doesn't have that DPS to begin with. Adepts right now staying in the front line, and the Immortals trying to go for the brawl. Floki though trying to maximize his value. And honestly, not a bad engage here from the red Protoss, but numbers do matter. And yozora able to outnumber his opponent. GG is called! yozora with an insurmountable lead, and we are all tied up 1-1. Hey, good try. Good try there from Floki. He had the reason why he wanted to play on past the cannon rush, and well, it just wasn't enough. There's way too much there.
But
Hey,
that was game. Yeah. I appreciate the effort.
I appreciate the effort too, but it's Yozora's time to shine, and he gets a map back. It's been pretty interesting, Mr. Mizzle. We are going through our semifinals, and we have basically gotten a 1-1 scoreline so far in boats. So pretty interesting that we have a little bit of a different kind of flavor here in the semifinals. But hey, no 2-0s. Someone's gonna get a 2-1. But the real question is, who is it going to be as we move on in to Eternal Empire instead? And we saw earlier on that you can go for the proxies onto the sides as well, similar to Simulacrum. What do you think is going to be planned here for both of our players? Will Floki actually go for something cheesy, or will yozora decide, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to do this. I'm gonna teach you how to cannon rush.
Yeah. I expect that to happen too.
I can't wait. I was like, I'm really interested to see how this one is gonna be unfolding. But hey, it is time to get into Eternal Empire, and our PvP matchups have been very interesting. It makes a lot of sense why they are at the top four, and kudos really to them for doing such a solid job overall and how things are done in the first place. But hey, map number 3 gonna be coming our way very soon. And it seems like it's time to get into the action, into the fanfare here. And now, as our next map on the list will be Eternal Empire. Are you ready, Mr. Mizzle, for the decider here to find out who's moving on to the grand finals?
Let's get it on.
Let's go again. And that's PvP, the matchup that never ends, the matchup that always continues. See how this one's gonna unfold. Floki versus yozora. One last time. The old guard facing off yet again. Great to see so many of these players coming on back. But it's time to get into the action, and it's time to get into the game. So welcome back, guys, into Eternal Empire. And we go again, and we go into this matchup. Introducing first, on the top right, the master of macro, but a failure at cannon rushes. The mentor himself, it's Floki on that red Protoss.
What an introduction.
I mean, you told me that he teaches you, okay? He is the Mr. Miyagi to your Karate Kid, man. That's who you are. The real question is, are you the OG Karate Kid, or are you the Jaden Smith Karate Kid?
I'm the wax in, wax out kid.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Wax on, wax off, wax in, wax out. I don't even know anymore. I think you messed it up, and now my brain is like, which one's correct? But on the other side of the coin, it's the bomb left here for our blue Protoss, tying things up on the last game. It's yozora playing here and now. But hey, Eternal Empire, always gonna be a battleground between our two Protoss players, and they do meet each other, say a little bit of a tip touch. Hi, what are you up to? I want to see what you're gonna do. And it seems like to be standard fanfare again between Floki and yozora. 2-gate 1 core right now from Floki, and yozora will do the same. I'm very interested to see yozora not go for any kind of cheesy antics, but as we said before, Floki might be the one who has all the answers against such tactics.
Looks like yozora is walling off his mineral line. So I think he's expecting another cannon rush.
Maybe that's like you can't go wrong with just basically trying to make sure that the cannon rush isn't gonna happen. But at the same time, like the Zora's positioning does force out a few rotations here and there. He can basically wall in a sense. He can make a line to protect his mineral line, and since he's playing far back, well, Floki's just gonna be like, okay, I'm just gonna get out of here. I get your positioning right now. I'll have a lot of ground to really face off into the front, but at the same time, you might be really wanting me to get to that high ground to begin with. But you know what doesn't need high ground, Mr. Mizzle? Is the Stargates. Get that Oracle, get that Phoenix, you get something to really harass from the sky. It would be a good way to shut down the economy to begin with.
Meanwhile, Yozora is getting two stalkers, and against him is he changed to another two. So two stalkers against two stalkers, plus adepts.
Adepts are
Yeah.
where? Adepts though. The adept and the stalker. So basically, if you can't really decide what you want to do, it's just you get adepts, you get stalkers. It's just like, you know, the double stalker is a very safe play, but the adepts you can really be aggressive onto mineral lines. And there you go, Floki already taking care of one. Make that two, make that three. Let's count with me. 4, 5. Okay, that's it. So you know, Barney was a dinosaur, and we have learned how to count to 5, ladies and gentlemen, here in the StarCraft 2 Quarantine Tournament. But it is still going to be the Shades trying to get on away. Meantime, probes, try to just run on back. Should be a 6 kill here. Very good done by the Adept. Pretty worthwhile trade, honestly. Floki slowing down the economy again of yozora, and every little bit that Floki can take is exactly what he needs to take this victory.
So Dax, is it safe to say that Floki is going all in?
Is it?
Ah,
No,
okay,
it's,
now
nah, he's not. This is usually your oracle timing by that point. After you accept wave, you go for the oracles, and then you decide if you are gonna add on another oracle to bring in more pressure, if you're gonna go for the phoenix if you need to disable, or you just say, okay, that's it, and forget about your Stargate existing in the first place. It really does, it's really just all about the response, and for me, I mean, I'm not the best player, but if you're not really able to capitalize on your oracles as well as its use of the Stargates, then you shouldn't really bother with it. You should just go with the Robo Facility instead, go for an Immortal for the pressure, because you can never really go wrong with the Immortal to begin with. But if you're wasting oracles just because you don't really know how to use it and you don't use the Stargate whatsoever, then why bother following something that you can't do, right? You know? It's like, if you're this kind of player and you can't do it, don't force it. But that kind of statement, and I see it between these two players because the yozora is usually going for the Robo Facility. In the meantime, Floki wants to get the harass on with double oracle, and he seems like he's very prepared to really use his abilities to the fullest degree.
I think Yozora overreacted to that what would it, this flying thing, the Oracle. I think he overreacted to the Oracle. So he delayed his attack by recalling all his army just because of that one Oracle.
You know, if you gotta shut it down, you gotta shut it down. You don't want to get shut down yourself, but as you say, this does give Floki an opportunity to keep on playing the macro game, and in the meantime, yozora is just trying to catch back up. But against someone like Floki, there really are those players that are so good on the macro that you can't afford to give them an opportunity to build on up in the first place. You have to win through micro, you have to do something else. And Floki right now looking to demolish the middle line with double pulsar beams. And I like that call because there's a shield battery in the way, but with just enough DPS, it will be enough to get those takedowns.
True. So what do you think about this one? Floki has teched up already. I think he's on the lead, right?
Yeah, Floki is pretty much in the lead. He does have 6 more workers, and he has a fully saturated second base. But in the meantime, for yozora, not that far behind, but with the oracles really being pressured, it doesn't allow the blue Protoss to play any kind of aggression whatsoever. Balance right now gonna be placed. Next is gonna be their shield battery is into play again. And it seems like it is yozora trying to play as defensive as possible for Floki. In the meantime, though, still waiting. He knows he has to get the armor count back up and running. It seems like a little bit of a reprieve for both of our Protoss players.
So what do you think? What's gonna happen here? Are we going to see disco balls again?
Disco balls of Archons, they have to be spinning if you want to call them a disco ball, that's for sure. Stuck on a gateway, just no escape from reality, that kind of thing. Dancing on around. Interesting enough, no third base whatsoever. Seems like Floki maybe chilling with these oracles on the left hand side just to find a way to really poke at that natural. But honestly, if Floki really wants to get the value of these oracles, he needs to send in a strike force to disrupt the lines, to disrupt the front line, and get those stalkers out of position. But anyway, seems like the skill boards are in order. Templar archives are being built by Yozora here on the blue side.
Regarding upgrades, I think Floki is getting the +1 already, so that will give him another advantage.
This time, Floki is waiting for the upgrade tab there and not looking to punish any kind of timing on the other side. But charge shot right now gonna be a big deal for both of these players. It allows them to be very effective into the front with a little bit of that speed. But anyway, by this point in time, it's Floki looking to reposition to try and get a potential third. And here on Eternal Empire, sure you can get those expansions, but it gets a lot more dangerous the further you move away from your main base. What a time to be alive, Mr. Mizzle. We've gotten so many StarCraft tournaments and the like, but at the same time, we are still going on with what we do. And honestly, I have a question for you right now. What has been your favorite moment so far in the tournament today?
I like shadow games, right? I like to see more proxies for the grand finals. I'm looking forward to it.
You want to see some proxies, you want to see Shadow finish up the grand finals in like 10 to 15 minutes? I think I'm good with that too. Sounds like an absolute plan. But hey, Yozora gonna be looking to defend as it's time for Floki to come on out again. But the notice this time, compared to the other game, it's Floki behind on the army counts. He wants to go for that third base to keep up the economy, but these warp cycles are very essential right now to really keep up the flow. Now Floki with the lead, gonna be sending in a few Archons as well as the Zealots. Zealot Archon composition on the red hand side, and it seems like it's the same thing for Yozora. What a mirror matchup this is.
So it's all about how you control your use.
You know when you don't have control though, it's those charges. It's just like whoever's first, go for the fight because of the autocast. And sure, if I remember correctly, you can toggle that down, but it's just so dangerous to forget about that extra speed burst. But hey, Floki into the middle line right now, trying to get through that natural. Seems like folks are in order. They want to go for these stalkers themselves. And here comes potential punish from Floki. Yozora though, looking to get in position already, but the Zealot's already with the first frags on. Some really good strikes there from Floki. Yozora caught napping on as he mid-transition. And this is Floki's time to shine. He has the Immortal in the forefront. Here comes Zealots again, charging on in. Archons right now going for the free hits, but more Archons on the side of the red Protoss. And we do see the Sentry trying to get the force field on. Natural now losing pretty much everything. And Floki is actually doing it, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting the push. He has it all, and he will take the series 2-1 right there. Victory against Yozora, and we have our second grand finalist.
Yeah, that was good. That was good game.
Good game right there, and overall, what a show there from Floki. Every single time you let him macro, he is just so effective with that Protoss race. And even though he was behind a little bit in terms of the army tab when he started things off, he waited for a cycle, made sure that his opponent wasn't going to be doing the same, was busy looking for upgrades and the like. And another punish there from Floki, another way to really find things out, and he will take a third map of this set. So we did get 3 maps there, and then ladies and gentlemen, it seems like our semifinals actually a pretty close affair. Kudos to everyone who has participated so far, but we do have our grand finals. It's Floki versus Shadow coming on into the grand finals, and Mr. Mizzle thinking about that as we do display the results of our previous match on the board. It's a bit of a cheese versus macro. Who do you think is going to be taking that one?
Well, I really hope that Floki will get this one.
That's true, that's true. But hey, we'll be taking a little break, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be right back. This is the SCPH Quarantine Tournament number 3, and it seems like our next match is going to be going underway very soon.